everyone, this is Sherry. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. Welcome to Tassel Tuesday. This is the collab that was started and it's being hosted by Jovi with Creating with Jovi, and there's several participants, which are, I list or link their channels below, and I have a Tassel Tuesday playlist below if you want to see any past ideas for tassels. But yeah, we've been doing this every week for quite a while now, so we've got lots of Tassel Tuesdays and anyone can join in anytime. You can do 1 week or you can join in and do every week with us, whatever, come in and out as you please, and just use the hashtag Tassel Tuesday, and then Jovi will find you and she links everyone below her video that participated in a particular week. And then, you know, the rest of us will sometimes go over there and copy and paste it into our videos, so everybody, you know, that wants to see the videos can get a link somewhere along the way. So this week I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had several different ideas, but first of all, I was inspired by Crystal at Just Crafting over here, and I will link her channel below. But last week, I think it was, she made some smaller tassels, and I was like, why do I always have to make big fluffy tassels? I can't help myself because I love them, but I wanted to make some smaller ones, so I did. So thank you, Crystal, for that inspiration, because hers were so cute. I'll link her video from last week so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I managed to do it, Crystal. I can't believe it. So yeah, this is probably the tiniest tassel I've ever made. But I just, what I did was I also needed to use some of my past, like, you know, I cut a bunch and then I make 1 or 2, and then I have all the leftover strips that I've torn and things like that and cut. So I went into my, you know, scraps or leftovers and just decided to use some of those. So I made this little one. This is the tiniest one. I think it's pretty cute. It's got several different fibers in there, as you can see. Eyelash trim, some grosgrain ribbon with little lines on it. The fabric here is torn fabric, red and white gingham. There's some, let's see, that's the same ribbon. There's some lace in here, some eyelash trim. I maybe already said that. And some regular ribbon here, red ribbon. And I just tied it up here on the top with a little knot and a little another piece of red ribbon, so it can just hang from that. Whatever, you can put a little ring on there, anything you want. And I'll show you what I did with a couple of others, because I saw an idea. Well, I mean, I've seen it before, but I saw someone use it on their journal, I think this past week, and it was so simple. I was like, well, I got to do that too. You know what I mean? Sometime I want to try that. So anyway, that's the smallest one. And I think these two are about the same size. Yeah, these two are about the same size. So I used kind of, went through, like I said, all my scrap fabric, ribbon. I ended up going through all my ribbons and trims and pulled out things that I thought would go with red. So here, this one, I have some gold ribbon and some tan. This is like hem facing, some eyelash trim, some different lace that I didn't use in the other one. And so, yeah, a couple different kinds of eyelash trim here. And then I tied it off at the top with a little, see, I didn't tie this one up at the top. I just left it hanging. This one I did tie a little ribbon, a little piece of lace around there to make the little topper. And this one I just tied put a little piece to tie up here and tied it in a bow like that. This is actually like what I call fluffy embroidery floss. It looks kind of like yarn though. And then I'm going to just pull this through here. I think it would look better over here. Yeah. And then I actually tied it onto, before I tied the bow, I tied it onto this. This is one of the, you know, the large, not the small paper clips, but the large ones. And I did that because I saw someone do this, and I was like, what an easy way to attach a tassel. If you don't, you know, you already made your journal and you're like, oh, I want to attach a tassel. Now how do I do it, right? So she just had a paper clip like this and just slipped it right on to her page and let it hang over. I mean, how easy is that, right? And there it is, hanging right where it's supposed to be. And, you know, I was like, well, why didn't I ever try that before? You can just put it anywhere you want, really. If you want to hang it from the front, you could do that. So, you know, I thought I would try it, and of course it is very easy, so I just wanted to show you a really super easy way of an already finished journal and attaching a little tassel or a big tassel or whatever to it. So that's the second one. The third one has, I did the paper clip thing again and used a couple of different things in here. Some of the, let's see, did I use this? I used more of this red and kind of, it has a little bit of blue in there too. Eyelash trim in here and some of that yarn or fluffy embroidery floss. And this is just super cute. And you see, you don't have to have a whole lot in there. And it still is a super cute little tassel. You don't have to have a big fluffy one, I found out. I just love the big fluffy ones. And then I made this one. I wanted one a little bit longer than these, but not as long as, you know, my big fluffy ones. So I love this one with the white. I didn't use rickrack in any of those. So I used some white rickrack and then some of the other same fibers, but not too many. I didn't want it to be too fluffy. I just wanted it to be simple and pretty, and I think it really is. So, and this one just has pretty fabric bow on the top that you can hang it from. And you can always add a paper clip or a ring of some kind if you need something else to hang it with, right? So I thought that one was really, you know, even though pretty simple, it's very pretty. You can see the way it lays. So I thought I want to try to make another one of these. And I thought we could make it together so I can show you how easy it really is in case you've never made one. So this one, let me put these all up here except for the one we're kind of copying here. So this one, see, everything's folded in half, and the half size is about 8 inches long. So that means we need our little pieces here about 16 inches long, right? So I just pulled out, you know, my pieces. Let's see now. I'll use my little mat here to measure. This one's 13. And I said we need them 16, right? So like I have to find some that are long enough now. See, I've got several long ones in here. And with this, say, you know, I have to cut this off. I have a little bag of short scraps I already put away, but these will be added to my short scraps. Let me make sure I make it long enough. About right there. And then the ones that are a little bit longer than this, about twice as long as this, I need to make a paper clip. I made a couple of paper clips, not, you know, I didn't really have time to make any more tonight, but I want to take the bag, put all my little scraps in that bag, and then I'll I want to sit in front of it one night when I'm watching TV, I'll take all the scraps out of that little scrap bag that are long enough to make paper clips and make a bunch of these. Because I like to use these in my journals, and I also like to use them in my orders. I think it's nice to put a nice little, you know, if I don't know what else to put in there and I don't know the person, maybe they've never ordered from me before and they're not, you know, on my YouTube channel or anything, they're not a subby and I don't know them. I don't know what they like, so at least I can put a little, you know, if I think they'll use it and not throw it in the trash, I'll put a little pretty little paper clip at least in there for them, so I can put something in there, you know what I mean, something special. So, okay, let's pull out some more. We'll put them right here as we get them long enough. This one I said was too short. So all we need is, let's see, what did I use? About 4 pieces of the gingham. I just have to find some long enough so I can show you how quick and easy it is. Let's see here. So this one's about almost right. I think I'm going to leave that one. And this one's about right. So we might just cut this one down a little bit since I have 2 like that. Let's see, was this one about? Oh, that one's really short. Okay, let me see this one here. Make sure I'm not excluding any that could be used. Nope, that one's too short. What about this eyelash trim? Let's see if that's long enough. I think it might be. Yes, I think we can use that. Okay, here's another. We need one more piece of, so we're only using, I think, 4 pieces of the gingham fabric. See, this is going to be really quick. Usually I get it laid out beforehand. See, this is the perfect piece for our paper clip. So that'll go in my paper clip pile. And I'm going to cut this one off to match the others. That'll go in my little scrap bag of scraps. Okay, so we've got 4. Let me see if I used any more than 4. Actually, I think I only used 3. Then some red ribbon. We already have some eyelash trim, but we might put another eyelash trim in there. Let's see. Yeah, I put the eyelash trim I was using right here, so I got enough of that to use another piece of eyelash trim. So let's cut that. And then what else did we use? Oh, some of the, let's see now, what did I do with that? Here it is. This, I'm calling it yarn or fluffy embroidery floss. It's this stuff right here. So I think I only had one of these in there, or two. Let's see. I think I have two. Yeah, I think I have two of these. So let's see if we can get it unwound. It's getting caught here. Okay, so two of these. One. I really, it's the only one I used the one that we're copying. It's the only one I used the white gingham in, and I really like how it turned out. With the white gingham, it has added a nice punch to it, you know. So, nice punch of white color with the red and white gingham. Okay, so that is done. Now what else? Oh, the red ribbon, which is this right here. Just a spool of regular red ribbon, and I used, did I use one or two of those? Look like I used two. Okay. Hope I have enough of this. I think I might have just enough. So I hope everyone had a good day. This is Tuesday, of course. Let's see. Oh, wow, I'm going to make it, but I'm not going to have very much left. The rest is going to have to go in my scrap bag. Make some paper clips out of it. See, that's all that's left. So I get to get rid of this. I like using up stuff this year. I really like kind of like making some room in my craft room here. It's getting a little, you know, cluttered in here, so I need to declutter. So that can go. Let's see, and now all we need is the white gingham. Here's all I have left of that. So I think I have plenty for, let's see, I actually used two of these too, so I have enough of that. I'm gonna have to look for some more white gingham now, because this is really pretty. I don't use white that much, so I don't really keep my eye out for it. Well, I do, but I might actually pass it on if I, because I don't use it that much. I don't want to have things I'm not going to use, but this is so pretty. I think I want to get some more. So, okay, so that is it. That is all we're putting in it. So that was quick, right? Okay, so now all I did was, see, I didn't make a little topper on this. So I just tied a little boa here at the top. So that's one more step and we're done. So this should be long enough. Let me get the longest piece from these pieces we didn't use. Let me see which one is the longest piece, because I want to make sure I have enough. It wasn't long enough for our tassel, but I want to make sure we have enough for a nice bow there at the top. So this is the longest one right here. So all we do now is slip it underneath and pick it up in the middle. I think it looks like it's in the middle. So we pick it up and see how it looks nice and even on both sides. If something doesn't look even, you can pull on it at this point and make it look all even. And then you want to just tie a knot, first of all, right here to secure everything into place. So I just tie a knot. I don't want to, I kind of was experimenting with this a little bit, like I was tying this first knot tight, and then I loosened it, because the tighter you tie it, the more it makes your little tassel pieces kind of spread out, and I want them to hang together. You know what I mean? So after I tied it real tight and they were kind of spreading out, I loosened it and it hung really nicely. So that's what I just did now. I didn't tie it too tight, but tight enough to, you can see that it's keeping it in place. Make it a little bit tighter, maybe. No, I think it's plenty tight enough. So then now I'm going to make another, like a double knot there, so that knot doesn't come out, you know what I mean? And now we should have plenty here to bring it up and tie another, well, we don't have enough to tie a bow, but we'll just tie a little knot up here. Well, let me see I tied a really big loop here, because I must have had a longer piece. What I can do here is tie a smaller loop and see if I have enough. Because at some of them I was just putting my finger here to measure how big I want my loop. So I just put my finger in there to keep it, just to have a little loop, you know. And then I had more, you know, had plenty, you know, you can see how much length I have here on my little piece, my little top piece, and then make a little bow. So I still have a little loop there where I could slip in a paper clip or a loop, and I also get to have a little bow. So there you go. Super cute and super easy. Okay, let's see. Super cute, super easy. I just got to get this fabric turned around here just a second. So our bow is nice and pretty. You know, you guys know I always fuss with my bows a little bit. Get them pretty and nice and just the right, everything going the right way in the right direction, and just enough fluffy, just enough fabric here and just enough fabric there. Okay, I like that. I'm happy with that. Okay, so see, we have a little loop here where we could slip in a paper clip right here. See my finger right there under the bow. So that's the little right there, the little loop, and then we have a little pretty little bow on top, and it hangs nice. Let's see if we like the way it's hanging. I think it looks good. See, we've got our pretty, oh, we got one really long one here. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, let me see if I can pull this through. See, we didn't tie that bow. We didn't tie that knot super knot tight. So I don't know if that slipped over or I just didn't see it the first time, but that does give you some leeway to be able to, so it's not tied so tight that you can't pull on it a little bit and even things up. So that is kind of nice. So there you go. There's another pretty one. Isn't it awesome? I love it. So yeah, in one night I made all of these tassels, and just I was just taking my time and, you know, laying out my little pieces, and made, how many did I make? 5 tassels. So some of these will end up in my shop. I don't know if I put them all in there, but yeah, if you need a tassel, just go to my tassel section in my shop, and there you'll find a bunch. So aren't they adorable? All right, thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed this week's tassels, and don't forget to check out the other participants. And if you have any questions, just comment below and say hi if you don't have any questions, and I'll talk to you in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. See you in the next video, and have a great day. Happy crafting.